Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where today we see the return of one of my favourite constructors, Florian Wortmann, and a puzzle called Hooked. And this is just a region sum line puzzle. So if you're familiar with region sum lines, I need say no more in terms of the instructions. If you're not, don't worry, I will explain it, but there are no rinky dinks. But this is meant to be a wonderful puzzle. We've had it recommended to us so many times. It's got 4 stars out of difficulty. 4 stars out of difficulty? 4 stars out of 5 for difficulty on Logic Masters Germany. And I snipped some comments before I turned on the webcam. Look at this. This is about as good as a region sum line puzzle can get. Holy moly, that's a good puzzle. Absolutely gorgeous logic. I mean, it is clearly a very, very well respected and venerated puzzle, and I am looking forward very much to having a go at it. Florian, of course, features, although I think in less than 4-star difficulty mode in our new app that is out. So do have a look at that if you haven't had a chance to have a look at it. It's full of very approachable Sudokus, the sort of Sudokus that will guide you to this wonderful world of variant Sudoku by giving you sort of coffee time puzzles that shouldn't take you more than 5, 10, 15 minutes at the outside to complete. And we have, as I say, a wonderful new app of puzzles out, featuring puzzles by Florian, by Can Ertuğran, the Turkish phenom, Mr. Menace, to name but a few. I'm going to forget names, and I apologise. But yeah, a wonderful suite of puzzles available right now. It's on App Store, Android, and on Steam. So check that out. I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen. Over on Patreon, we have a brand new Sudoku hunt coming on the 1st of September, and we have the solution videos ready now for Scojo, Jojo and JoBo's Sudoku hunt, which was the competition for August. And then I've got a birthday to do before we kick off with the rules of this puzzle. And it's Ashley's birthday over there in Vancouver, Canada. Ashley's turned 29, and I know this because your brother Ryan, Ashley, wrote to us, and I think Ryan's in Toronto. And Ryan let it slip that Ashley, you are also a YouTuber. I think you're known. Your channel is DoctorAshley, and you do Sims 4 build videos. I had a quick look, actually. I've never played Sims 4. I've never played any of the Sims games. I think I would quite like them, but I had a quick look at your YouTube channel. It looked brilliant. So you may get a new subscriber in me before the day is out. But Ashley, I hope you have a brilliant birthday today. Many happy returns. And I hope you get to try this puzzle by Florian Wortmann. Let me read you the rules of Hooked, and we can work on this together. The rules are as follows. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. And there's only one more sentence of rules. It says box borders divide each blue line into segments with the same sum. So what does that mean? Let's look at this line. So the 3x3 box borders divide the line into segments, so we can sort of wend our way along the line. So each of these coloured segments has to have the same sum. So let's say these 2 digits added up to 7. Then we would know these 2 digits add up to 7. These 2 digits would actually be 7. The purple and the red would each be 7 in order to maintain this relationship between the segments along the line. And that is all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I love region sum lines. It would be a close contest between region sum lines and zipper lines as to my sort of current favourite lines in Sudoku, I think. Right. So I'm looking here. I mean, this is a sort of trick I've seen in region sum lines before. The minimum I can make those digits there sum to. If I filled them with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, they would add up to 15. So each of these dominoes has to add up to at least 15, which means the digits in these dominoes are at least equal to 6. Because we can't put 5 and 10 into these dominoes. Now, okay, look at this line here. So this line, these 2 digits are the same. And they add up to at least what 3 different Sudoku digits add up to. Now, if these 3 digits were 1, 2, and 3, they would sum to 6. So these digits are at least 6 as well. This this domino, there's something going on with 6, 7, 8, 9s in this puzzle, because look, this domino, again, that's 5 different Sudoku digits, so we'll add up to at least 15. So this domino has to have 6s in. This is at least a 6, because that's 3 different digits. Now, hang on, because we're very close here to getting 4 of 6, 7, 8, 9 into either a row or a box. These are the same, aren't they? I don't know whether to colour them or to label them. I might label them to start with. Right, okay, I've got something actually. The digit that I've labelled A, these 2 digits are the same. Now where does A go in box 3? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know exactly, but A does go on the line here. But A is at least equal to 6, so this line here, this line segment here, cannot add up to 15 anymore, because it has at least a 6 on it. In fact, there's loads of things we're going to get from this. Because it can't, A can't be 8 or 9 now, can it? Because the minimum the digits that are not A on this line would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's say A was an 8 or a 9. That would mean this line segment added up to 18 or 19, but there's no way this domino can add up to 18 or 19. It could add up to 17, and that means A is 6 or 7. So that feels important. These digits now can't include a 6 because the minimum this sums to is 16. So they do include a 9. It's either 9, 7 or 9, 8. Though whatever this digit is, that's also in that little panoply of digits. I'm going to label that one B. So B is in here as well. Yeah, that is right, because A and B can't be the same. So A and B are definitely different. Okay, now I'm stuck. What should we do now? These 2 digits are the same. Yes, okay, I'm going to carry on with this. My strategy of labelling digits that have to be different. C, which is this, because this line has these 2 points here, these 2 are single digit segments, so they must have the same sum. And this digit C sees A and B in column 7, so it definitely isn't equal to A or B, so it is fair to give it a new letter. Oh dear, this hasn't worked actually, has it? Oh no, come on. Sorry, I'm not seeing it now. Which lines have I not used? This line looks useless. In region sum lines, a general tip, which I think is fair, is that you want to try and identify lines that have a lot of difference in the length of their segments. And here you've got a 3 segment versus a 2 segment. So I don't think this line is going to be very relevant. I suspect it's this line somehow. If the... oh, goodness me, that would be powerful. Imagine that. No, that was actually not... No, that was actually just a terrible thought. I'm going to banish it from my brain. I'm not going to share it with anyone for fear of embarrassment. What about... Okay. No, oh yeah, no, that's fair. That is fair. Right, okay. Okay, I'm going to resurrect my embarrassing thought, actually. I'm just going to label these dominoes now. I'm going to say, I don't think this line here can add up to a number that only has one conceivable way of making its total. By which I mean, let's say this line, the yellows added up to 17. That can't work because these squares would be an 8-9 pair, and they're sort of pinching too much of box 5. You couldn't now put 8 or 9 in any of those squares. You could hide one of them in this square, but the other would have to go on this line where it clearly cannot go, because this line is, well, I mean, it's adding up to 6 or 7, so actually we could pencil mark this quite considerably like that, which might help to explain why I don't think these two can be the same composition. Oh, right. Oh, no, hang on. I'm being very slow. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is obvious. Right. So this is a 15 line. But because, right. Oh dear. I mean, I've got Friday brain, clearly. Naughty Friday brain. Right. Okay, we worked out this couldn't be an 8-9 pair, because that would only have, if this is 17, there's only one way to make the total. If this was 16, that's exactly the same problem. You could put 7 or 9 here, but the other one would go on this line where it can't go. So this line also doesn't add up to 16, but we know it adds up to at least 15, because there's 5 different digits on it, so it does add up to 15. I'm so sorry. But there is a corollary of that, which is that the versions of 15 that these dominoes add up to have to be different. So imagine this was 7-8 and this was 7-8. That gives us exactly the same problem in box 5. You've got to put 7 and 8 into this square, and so it is fair to give these dominoes different colours. And this digit is now not a high digit at all. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, because it sees 6, it sees 7, 8, and it sees 9. Why have I got 6, 9, and 7, 8 in these? That's it could be the other way round. But the point is that these dominoes have to be different. So this but this digit isn't 1 or 2 for 2 reasons. Firstly, there's a 1 and a 2 in this string, and secondly, if this was 1, we're adding 2 different numbers together. So this is 3, 4, or 5 as well, because C we know is the same digit. So, right, C is not 3. This is beautiful, actually. It's a beautiful idea. If C was 3, this domino would be a 1-2 pair, and this domino would be a 3-4 pair. And then, once we added this digit in, we wouldn't keep these cells down to 7. They would be 7 plus this digit. So now, this digit is at least 4. And that means, so if this was 7, this would be 5. But these, okay, these digits, the digits along this line all have to be lower than 5 now, because we're even if we're adding up to 5, we're adding 2 digits to 5. So these digits and these digits are less than 5. Now I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in row 5. Well, that digit can't be 4. This is a strange deduction, but it's totally obvious in a way. That can't be 4, because then I couldn't put 4 into one of these squares. I know one of these squares is 4 because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in row 5. But obviously if I make this 4, I can't put 4 on its own line, because this line, if this is a 4, this will be a 1-3 pair. And I couldn't put 4 there either, because they're in the same box as a 4, so that's 5. So this adds up to 5, and then this adds up to 5, and this adds up to 5. And 5 is in one of 3 positions in row 5. And that's a 5 by dint of it being the blue digit. So those are both 5. Ah, that's quite good. Look at box 2. Where's 5? It's not in the B cell, is it? Because we know that B would transplant itself to there and be in the same column as itself. So 5 is in one of those 2 squares. I'm a little bit tempted to bluify 5 generally. Well, actually, yeah, I might as well pencil mark it there. Yes. Oh, look, it's lovely. Where's 5 in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuple? Well, because I've got a 5 in one of these and a 5 there, I can place it. It's exactly there. I'm going to make that blue. I'm going to delete 5 from all these squares. I'm now going to place 5 in one of those 2 squares by Sudoku, which means 5's nearly locked onto this funny line on the right. Look at column 2. There's an issue emerging in column 2. I've already got 3 what I'll call low digits from 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I can't. These 2 squares have to include a digit that is at least a 5, because I can't make them both 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because if I do make them 1, 2, 3, and 4, I've got 5 cells in column 2 that have to be selected from tiny digits. So one of these digits is at least a 5, but you can't put more than 6 on this line, because it can't be a 7, 1, 2 triple, because that would add up to 10, which would make this cell impossible. So there is a 5 or a 6. If it's a 5, it's here, because we've got a 5 looking at this square. So there's either a 5 here, or it's got a 6 in one of those positions. I don't really know how to pencil mark that. One of these digits is 1, 2, 3, or 4. In fact, one of the digits is 1, 2, or 3. Because once it's got at least a 5 in this domino, then we could add 5, 3, and 1 and get 9. But hang on. If this is at least 5, plus 1 plus 2 is 8. This is at least 8. So therefore, this square's gone up in value. This... Well, that is a purple digit, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. Okay, here's how to see that. I don't know which way round green and purple go, but I know they're different compositions that add up to 15. So this green composition sees that square, but these, green and purple together are all 4 digits, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this must be purple. So purple is in one of... Okay, so this... Because purple by Sudoku is in this domino, or this purple is in this domino, and 5 is in this domino, these are from 5, 8, and 9. Now... I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to label that as purple, because purple also includes whatever the counterpart of this digit is. So I need to be a bit careful. I mean, it's fair to say these are 5, 8, and 9. That's totally true. And it's also fair to say this digit. But I'm wondering whether I should split this up now. I'm not sure. I'm unsure, so I'm just going to leave it for the moment, but it might become necessary to split this between low and high digits somehow. Right. Okay, right. I think I can do better in colouring this column. Because I know that there is a low digit in this domino here, as well as a 5 or a 6, the rest, every other digit in this column, is at least equal to 5. So those digits are 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 5. But that can't be 5. That can be 5. That can't be 9 because of this pencil mark. So that's totally useless. I'm so sorry. I thought I might be able to get some extension of the colours there, but because I don't know whether this is 5 or not, so it doesn't work. And these are different, so I'm not going to get any play into box 7 from Sudoku. So it's not necessarily the case that this isn't purple. Just because it sees a purple, it doesn't see this purple. So those could be the same, and that could be purple. This digit is low because one of these digits is at least 5. We're either looking at a 612 triple here, or a 512 or a 513. So this is definitely low. So these digits are 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6. But that's not 5. I'm going a bit mad with the pencil marking here. I apologise for that. You know, if you've been watching these videos for a while, you will know that I resist this at all costs. These digits, do we know what these digits are? They are B. So, but we know that A is a 6 at least, so B can't be a massive digit. The maximum B could, would be 5, but it can't be 5 by Sudoku. So the B digit is a low digit because we know because we know there's at least a 6 on here from the A digit. We can't put a 7 on there as well, because then it will add up to 6 plus 7 plus at least 1, 2, and 3, and that's 19, which is way more than the 17 minimum, or 17 max we get from here. So these are low digits, that's a low digit. These are the same. So, oh, this digit's a high digit. Oh, that might be interesting. That digit's high, this digit here, because it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that digit, the B digit, is in one of those squares. Yeah, that's good. So the B digit is in one of these squares, and it's a low digit, so it's there by Sudoku. That is B, which gives me 3 of the low digits in box 8 and 3 of the low digits in row 7. And that digit is purple because it's not green. Right, this is lovely. So now I know something else, because this is high purple in a domino that adds to 15. This is the low purple, which must be now a 6 or a 7, because this is either going to be 9, 6 or it's going to be 8, 7. And as that's the 9 or the 8 purple, that must be the other. Now I've got a 6, 7 pair. Oh no. Okay. So this is 8 or 9, and it's not purple, so that's a green digit. That's the high green that's in this domino. So that's the low green, of course. Right, this must do something. Where? No, hang on. Where's? I'm thinking the question is, where's low green? Ah, this digit is now not 8 or 9, because I know there's an 8 or a 9 in purple, and that's an 8 or a 9. So this digit is 5, 6, or 7. Oh, bobbins. I know there's a 5 or a 6 in here. What I will say is this is a very cool puzzle. And what I loved about it is I haven't really... I shouldn't even say this, but I will say it. I haven't really got stuck yet. you know, I've had moments where I've stopped, but it's just had a gorgeous flow to it. So I wonder if I should unyellowify these, or perhaps I should yellowify every low digit. Yeah, I might do that. Well, I'm just noticing as well in column, these are all low digits because I've got all the high digits in column 4. So these are all low. And now, I'm so nearly. Look at that. In row 3, I've almost got a quadruple of lows. So if these are all low in box 2, these squares are from 5, 6, 7 and 8. They don't include 9, and no 9 is up here. So, that's green, of course, because these two digits are both A, so they are the same. So green, it's so nearly done. Come on. Is there a reason? See, this doesn't add up to 15. So these can't be the same colour. So this is not double purple, is what I'm saying, because if it was double purple, it would add to 15. And, oh no, it could, because it could be. No, it can't. It can't. There's definitely a list of 6 on here. So this is not double purple. So it includes a green, and it includes the high green. But it could include the low purple. Oh, it's really close. There's definitely a high green on here. So. Oh, that's good. That's it. Right. This could be the crucial breakthrough because I've worked out there's high green on here because it can't be double purple. Let's just show you what I mean. Now, where is high green in this box? And the answer is there by Sudoku. So that is high green, which means that is high green by Sudoku. And that might mean something. Let me just think. If that's high green, then that's high green. High green would be over here. High green is over there. I'm going to be slightly perturbed if this doesn't do anything. What's... Oh. Ooh, I've got... No, I haven't. Oh, I thought I got something there. What? Oh, I have got something. Right. Okay, here is the question I asked to get the something, and then I will explain why it matters. Okay. So in this domino here, I know there is a 5 or a 6. Now here is the question. Where does that 5 or 6 go in row 1? And the answer is not in its own box, not in any of those squares which don't seem to be able to be 5 or 6. And that means that the 5 or 6 here is on this line. So, how could A be 7? If A was 7, this line is meant to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, because it can't add up to more than 17. Yet there must be, by the logic of orange, a 5 or a 6 on this line, and there couldn't be. So A is 6, and this is 1, 2, 3. And that might do something. Well, yes, of course it does something, because that's the green digit. And we know that green adds up to 15. So green is a 6-9 pair, and these are 9s. Oh, this is going to do it. Well, at least probably. So this is a 6-9 pair. This is a 7-8 pair. That's not a 7 by Sudoku. So now I've got a sort of floating 5-6. I know one of these is 5 or 6. That for that square is not 5 or 6. That gives me a 7-8-9 triple in... Well, so this is purple, isn't it? Because purple is 7s and 8s. So, oh, I see, there's one purple and one 9 on here. I still don't necessarily know, or do I? Do I know what this adds up to now? I have a feeling I probably do, but I don't understand how I know. Okay, well, let's do this. Because purple is a 7-8 pair, so that's got to be 7, that's got to be 8. Oh, we can't now put 6 on here. Because 6 plus 1 plus 2 is more than 8. It's 9. Knowledge bomb. So that's a 5. That is the orange digit that we were looking for. So this is... Oh no. In fact, orange has become blue because that blue 5 was one of the digits I gave a colour to. So now this line, this is good. This is good because now that we know this line had 6 on it from these 6s, we've now worked out from where 5 goes in the top row that there is definitely a 5 on this line as well. So it's got 5 and 6 and a minimum of 1, 2 and 3 on it. Well, that adds up to 17, which is the maximum we could put on the line because we can't make these add up to more than 17. So this is an 8-9 pair. Let's just get rid of the colouring for a moment because it's... Well, if this is an 8-9 pair, that's a 7. So that's a 7 and that's an 8. So there's now an 8 over here. There's no 9. So this is a 5-8 pair. This is a 5-7 pair. I might do something. There's a 7 up there somewhere. Well, in fact, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to label this up. It is 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. And that's not 5 or 6. These aren't 5 by dint of this 5-7 pair. So the rest of this box is 4, 7, 8, 9. I'm going a bit mad with the pencil marking. I hope you can forgive me for that. I'm just trying to understand what I know from a Sudoku perspective. So I feel I should know quite a lot, I think. Where is 8 in this box? I don't know the answer, but it's in one of those 2 squares. So 8's in one of these 2 squares. This corner digit has to be, I'm going to say it has to be a 6, actually. By Sudoku. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 9 in its box, so it is 6, 7 or 8. And there's an 8 here and a 7 here, so it's 6. That's 6 in the corner. No song for us, but it's still, that's 6, that's 9 by dint of sort of Sudoku of all things. There's a 9 in one of those, there's a 6 in one of these. This is a 7-8 pair. Oh, if that's a 5, that seems to have to be a 6 by Sudoku. So these are all the low digits. I have a feeling I might have done better, you know, if I'd highlighted all my low digits earlier. Because there's an absolute multitude of them around the grid, and I wonder whether that might have been easier than tracing the high digits through. It's not possible to tell at this stage, but it just feels to me like I've got so many low digits. Where is... See, 6 is a green digit. Where's 6 in the middle box? It goes there. I've not put 9 into the middle box. Maybe I don't know which one of those is 9. I'm not sure. I probably do. You're all probably shouting at me. Okay. So this corner digit is 1, 2, 3 or 4. Where is 6 is there by Sudoku? So 6 is not in these squares. There's 6 in one of those squares. That isn't a 6. And this digit, which is B, well, this digit isn't 4, is it? Because remember, the B digit ends up in box 3 in this little 2x2 by Sudoku. So that digit is a low digit, which means, so B, this digit is now exactly there by Sudoku, because it must be on this 6 line. It's a 1, 2 or a 3, so it goes there. which means it goes here, and here. So these digits are all the same. I'm definitely going to give those a colour. But can we do anything clever with that? I'm staring at it, hopefully, but I'm not seeing what it is. There's a 7 in one of those squares by Sudoku. Maybe. So it's 4 and 9 into those squares, isn't it? They are a 4-9 pair. And yet, do I know? Oh, I tell you something I've not thought about. Oh, I see. Ah, it's lovely. Right. I haven't thought about this line for a little while. Now, the 2 dominoes here add up to 5. So let's revisit row 5. If this domino adds up to 5, what does this domino add up to? Now, if we think about the digits 1, 2, 3 and 4, they add up to 10. So if this domino adds up to 5, this domino adds up to 5. And that means, rather beautifully, it's a 2-3 pair, because 4 isn't an option in here, which means that's the 1. This is a 1-4 pair. That's not a 1, so that's not a 4 by Sudoku. We know B is now either 2 or 3. And, oh, look, right. So that means this little line here can't be a 2-3 pair. It also adds up to 5. So it's either 2 and 3 together or 1 and 4 together. But it can't include the digit B. So this must be a 1-4 pair, and we know the order. So that's 4, that's 1, that's 4, that's 9. Unwinding what we did earlier. This is a 2 or a 3. So maybe we're meant to colour 2s and 3s. Those are the same. We've got the 9 and the 8 figured out. There's an 8 down here by Sudoku. Oh, that felt like a real breakthrough. Has it really done everything we need it to? I don't know yet. It might have done. It's done something, probably. Oh no, that's a terrible question. Wow, I don't know actually. I think it's still being a bit. Oh, those squares can't include 3 because this line adds up to 8. So these are a 1-2 pair. So 3 in column 2 is in the bottom domino, which means we can take 3 out of the other 2 squares. I've got a 1-2-4 triple here. So that tells me orange is 3. So I'm going to fill in all of those. That's 2. That's 2. This isn't 2, up in the corner by Sudoku. That isn't 2. Oh, that feels like, okay, that feels like it's doing something. 3 comes out of all of these. I've got a 1-2-4 triple in box 2. And, oh, we could get a 3 in the corner here, couldn't we? It is not impossible. This is 5-7, that's not helpful. Oh, that's not 3. Oh, I've nearly got so much going on here. Oh, I was going to say 5. 5 is in a domino here. How many 5s have I got? Quite a few. No, but not enough. What do I need? Oh, there's a 2 in one of those squares. There's a 2 in one of these squares by Sudoku. These digits are very, very high indeed. They're 7 and 9. These digits are 1, 2, and 4. It could be that we have to think about this line soon, which is adding up to at least 13 now, so that can't be a 2. Because this is, if this is 7, which is the least it can be, if this is 5, and if this is 1, we still get to 13. So we can't put things like 2s, 3s, and 1s on here. But what could we do? So 2 is in one of these squares. Oh, I still can't see it, I'm afraid. This is adding up to at least 13. So, what's the... That digit is at least 6, 7, or 8 by Sudoku. Is that helpful? Not quite. And this, we have to make sure this is big enough that once we add it to this, we get to at least 13. So this is at least 5, but it can't be 5 or 6. So that's 7, 8, or 9. That feels like it might do. Oh, look, it's trying very hard. It's trying very hard, but it's not succeeding. Bother. Nearly. Okay, that didn't do it. Naughty digits. Not playing fair. Let's try... I don't know where to... Oh, if this is a 1-2 pair, that's not a 1 in the corner. So this is 3 or 4. These are 3, 4, and 8, aren't they? So have we got any sort of triplage going along? That's not 3, because of this 3. So 4... Yes, there we go. So if we look along this row, we've got a 4 or an 8 here. And that can combine with 4, 7, 8, 9 to create a quadruple, which means this can't be 4. So this is now 1-2 pair. And if you're thinking, well, that didn't do anything, Simon, you're quite right. Okay, so I'm probably missing one of the line implications here. Well, okay, what about that box? 2, 7, 8. No, 2, 5, 7, 8. What does that mean? These are not 5. That has done something. Oh, look, I've got a 7, 8 pair here, so that's a 2. In fact, if that's a 7, 8 pair, that's a 9. That's going to be much more relevant. So that's 9, that's 7. This isn't 7 anymore. Where does 9 go in box 3? It has to go there. This can't be 7, so we get 7 as well. And presumably, what's that doing? Not sure. Well, we have to be a bit careful here, don't we? If I make this can't be an 8, because if I make it an 8, where am I putting 8 in this box? And the answer is there. And we'd have 9 and 8 here adds to 9 and 8, and that would require this to be a 0, which it definitely can't be. So that must be 6, which means that's 6 by Sudoku. Okay, so I get 15 here, so this has to be 5, and this has to be 1 to make that add up to 15, and there we go. So this is now 8, that's 4, that's 8. That's the 8 now that we've been searching for in this box. We still have a chance for a 3 in the corner. Right, so how do we take this forward? Have we broken the back of it now? These squares can't be 1. So we've got a 2, 3, 5 triple to come in this column. But the 5, okay, the 5 I know in this box is down here. Or I could use the 5 there, actually. So the 5 gets placed in column 8. I still don't seem to be able to resolve things. Let's try... That can't be a 2. Let's try this row. Because we've got the 7, 8 pair as Maverick is about to fly over. This square is 1, 3, or 4. Oh, that didn't do it. Oh, there's a 2 in one of those, apparently. Why is that? Yeah, That's fair, isn't it? Because there must be a 2 in this domino, in the yellow here. So yeah, I'm still of the opinion if I'd highlighted low digits, I might have got through this with a little bit more alacrity and aplomb. But this is now a 3. So that's a 2, that's a 1, and that... Oh, I got a 3 in the corner here. That's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. That's weird. So I got the 3 in the corner, but not anywhere near where I thought I was going to get it. So this is now 1. So that's 1, 3, 2, 4. This is now 4. So that's a 4 and that's a 2. In this column we've not had 1 and 8. So we can do that. That becomes 2. If we've not made a ricket, that's 7, 7, 8. And this should be a 5, 8 pair. Oh, look, we can do it up here. 7, 5, 5, 8. And we're all hunky-dory. That is a beautiful puzzle. Whoa, 200 people have solved it in 7 days, so it's very popular, and with good reason. I would be hooked on puzzles like that, Florian. It's just magnificent. It really is magnificent. It's the logic, the digits dance. I mean, it's a phrase I've used before, but that's how this felt. I loved the fact that these little ends here, it's such a simple idea, but if these were the same digits, they would lock a big digit onto this line which couldn't have a big digit on it. So and once these are different, I didn't immediately realise it, but once I thought about it, I did realise that once these couldn't have the same composition, this had to be a 15 line, and that I think was the key breakthrough. It's a lovely puzzle, lovely puzzle. Florian, take a bow. Thank you for watching, if you still are. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.